Welcome back to another episode of Make Ineos Grenadiers Great Again, where we're going to be capping off the Giro d'Italia with one hell of a final stage where we really will be rolling the dice and trying to take home the pink jersey. There's only 4 seconds in it. Jorgenson and Sheffield, the duel between the two American youngsters, both in the young jersey class as well still. But first off, we have to have a look at Norway. There's only 4 stages in this race. Pidcock is riding rather well, so we'll put everyone on him. Hit that quick sim button. And it's only 11th place, bugger. But Pidcock manages 3rd on GC. Jasper just pips him for 2nd place in the end. All right, back to Italy where the duel is about to take place. It's a very short stage. But the reason why everything is to play for, there's 2 sprint points at 46k and then again at 69k's. Nice. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a hell of a challenge to keep this peloton together for 70 odd k's. We'll have to stick some of or all of our whole team on the front from the gun to keep this together with a chance of being able to get those bonus seconds that we so desperately need to win this pink jersey. All right, enough yapping. Let's get down to the start line in Roma.
We've made a 435-kilometer flight south from yesterday's finish in Bassano del Grappa to today's start in Rome. This 21st and final stage will see the official crowning of the distinctive jersey wearers, and it will provide a sprinter with a prestigious addition to his list of achievements. The 126-kilometer route takes the riders westwards on the return trip to Ostia, before the usual circuits through the city centre and the final mad dash to the line. Attack by Sheffield.
All right, it's a Sheffield attack. We've decided let's try something different off the bat at least. It is a quick reaction from 𝐉𝐨𝐻. 𝐿𝐻 was immediately moving into place to work the front, but it's maybe not enough just yet. Kwiatkowski's sitting up here nice and high. Looks like 𝐿𝐻's riding well up with Sheffield. It's pretty difficult at the moment, but it isn't far to those intermediate sprint points, so that's kind of what we're thinking here early on. Doesn't look like 𝐿𝐻 and 𝐀𝐛𝐨𝐮𝐢𝐞 is working that hard on the front at the moment. Sheffield has caught the front of the race. That is great news. But yeah, boy, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong in this one. Ben Turner's managed to make his way to the front. That is excellent. G is almost up here. He's not far off. Emma as well. And Viviani not far off. All right, this group is working relatively well. We've got around a minute on the peloton, 34k to that sprint point, but we're going to have to stay out long enough to get through both points, actually. That's obviously the big goal is we need to win both sprint points. We'll get first in one and third in the second. Omar has made it up here, Viviani as well. G's running 9th on GC as well, but it's all about this move up here at the moment, and it is very flat out at the moment. It's a minute 40 the difference. It's looking pretty decent actually at the moment. We could probably wind back the effort a little bit with Sheffield. We're almost out to 2 minutes, a minute 45. It's bumping around all the time at the minute. Let's just swing back and make sure none of our team have moved too far back, but no, it looks all good at the moment. We're only 25k from this sprint point. We're going to jump forward a little bit. But yeah, we're going to keep the pace hot, that is for damn sure. All right, joining back in now. We're only 5k from that sprint point. We need to move ourselves up, make sure we do get the job done. We can get 3rd in this one and win the second one as well, but I want to get on the front foot early. 3k to go. I'm just kind of timing our run through to the front. Let's flick on effort cursor now. We'll watch the riders behind. I don't think anyone's going to go for this sprint point. I doubt it. Doesn't seem like anyone is. We shouldn't be challenged, and no, we're not. Job 1 done. There's only 23k to go, and it could go Sheffield's way yet. He will have to sit up immediately after because we don't want to get dropped out of the breakaway. Sorry, out of the peloton when we get caught by the peloton. Just so he has enough energy to hang on. We'll grab the drink bottles now. Swinging back to this group. It's actually kind of just chill back here at the moment. So we'll get, well, Yeah, okay. Omar can grab us to drink bottles, but let's jump back up. All eyes are on this move right now, and Visma don't know what to do about this. They got Gesink on the front, 𝐀𝐨𝐻𝐿 up here. It's Quick Step into Wanty and Red Bull Bora as well, but I think they've absolutely cocked that up. It is looking likely to go to Sheffield this next point. We're only 15 Ks from it. That's the very good news. We only need third across the line, remember. Only third. And we've got plenty of yellow bar left to make it to this next sprint point, and it's 2 minutes 28 on the line. This is getting very close. Similar move to last time. We're going to ride through to the front with effort cursor. We shouldn't be challenged. I doubt we will be. And with this across the line, we're the leader on the road. Here we go. We're not far off. There it is. No challenge from behind. Fedorov sitting in the wheel, and that is it. Job done. We're going to sit up straight away. Go back to the peloton. I'm not interested in the breakaway, to be honest. It's more about the bonus seconds. That's all we're after. There's still 44k to go. We want to get enough yellow bar back that Sheffield has enough in the legs to not get popped from the peloton. Looks like that's not going to be a real issue at all. And yep, here we go. He's back in the peloton. Everyone's ramped the pace as well. It's Quick Step doing the main work at the moment. I don't think Visma have done the numbers, but at the moment, as it stands, unless Jorgenson manages to feature in the top 3, it is a pink jersey. It's a win in the Giro. I didn't think we'd be saying that. I thought we were running for maybe third place with G, but no. I can't believe it. It's going to be Magnus Sheffield in the pink jersey at the end of this stage. First off, though, we've got to finish off the job, and that means not losing any time. We've still got 30k to go. We've got to be a little bit mindful here of the yellow bar with Magnus. Just make sure he has enough that when the pace really ramps, he has plenty in reserve. We'll get a rider on protecting him. That's something we haven't done, actually, and a bit of an error on us. There's only 27k to go, so we'll jump forward another 15 as we form the sprint train. Right, here we go. The Ineos train has arrived. It is time to organise ourselves. Unfortunately for Viviani, he's rather ill today, so no real chance for him. It's going to be Sheffield on the end of the train, G in front of him. I think Kwiatkowski next makes the most logical sense looking through this line. Ben Turner, Josh Tarling, what a team, to be honest. The whole crew has done an incredible job. And then Omar Frail. Okay, let's take the energy gel with him and start moving ourselves through the group. There is Mr. Jorgenson. We only need to finish same time as him. We just can't lose any time. That's the main thing. And we've got around 11k to go. It's a beautiful city, this. There is the Colosseum on the right. That's a hell of a sight. And we're not far off the finish line. Only 9k to go. Time to take the gel with some more riders and ramp it with Omar. Hopefully, we might be able to not worry about any splits. I don't think it will be the case. Okay, that's it with Mr. Omar on the front. He's done an excellent job, though. Once again, just credit to this team he has been the whole Giro. And Magnus is looking decent still. We've got Josh Tarling almost done. Excellent. Let's go with Ben Turner over the top now. Only 4k to go out of the way with Josh Tarling. Ben Turner swinging the left. He'll be opening up his sprint now. And let's launch with Kwiatkowski straight off his wheel. G, next rider in line. Here we go with G as Kwiatkowski fades. And then as G fades, we'll launch with Sheffield. He might run a top 10 even. It's going to be Caden Groves or 𝐉𝐵inium Gourmet for the win. No, Borhaus through the right-hand side there. 𝐉𝐵inium Gourmet in second. Caden Groves in third. Jordy Muse in fifth. And to rub salt in the wounds over Jorgensen, it is Magnus Sheffield in fifth place to secure, drum roll please, there he is, Phil Borhaus taking up the stage win first and foremost. But next up, there it is. We've done it. It's a pink jersey for Magnus Sheffield. A play straight out of the Albert Engel rulebook, that one was. Getting the cheeky bonus seconds, 6 on the stage, 2 seconds. I think this is the closest win in Giro history. 2 seconds, all that was in it. Warren Barguil takes out the best climber over Domenico Pozzovivo, and the points class, it was already sewn up by Tim Merlier a long time ago, but he does secure that one. We also get the young jersey from Magnus, and UAE take home the team class. Oh, I can't believe I've done it. Do we end the series already? I don't know. We've brought glory back to Ineos with Mr. Magnus Sheffield, a win in the Giro d'Italia. I didn't think it was going to be possible, but I mean, I called it out early. I think this guy is one for the future. Maybe he's one for now. He's already a Grand Tour winner. Whoa, that's incredible. And also, G getting a top 10. Obviously, we kind of timed his training a bit wrong. He could have been up there with Magnus, that's for sure, had we have won his training right. 𝐾𝐿 in 27th, a bit further back. Josh Tarling manages 34th, despite barely even being a hill climber. He's only 20 years of age as well. Omar, 53rd. A little bit further down, we've got Viviani in 106. And unfortunately, we did lose Lawrence took us midway through the Giro, but he did play an instrumental role in getting that win in a Grand Tour. I can't believe I've done that. What a hell of a stage that was to pull that off. Surely that's worth a few subs, guys. We're trying to break 500 before the end of the year, so subscribe to the channel for a win in the Giro. Alright, let's keep jumping forward. We'll announce who we're going to take to the Dauphiné and pick off probably the first 3 stages of that one. Oh, first off though, exciting times. Some more dossiers to be prepared. We've got 6 points in the bag. Jonathan Navarez, as we know from last episode, has increased to 5 points. Andres Kron is currently the most expensive from a dossier perspective for us to pursue. But this guy, let's just recap his stats. He is a very well-rounded rider. So I think he is a great one to have alongside a 𝐾𝐿. Lenny Martinez got a big future ahead of him, a good hill climber from France he is. Caden Groves, potentially a sprinter to replace Ella Viviani for us, a sprinter that can climb a bit as well. Very similar stats to Viviani he has. Florian Vermeersch as well in here. He's a potential all-rounder for us, someone to ride in the cobbles, matching Filippo Ganna there. Romain Gregor is a rider for the future for us as well, a very good punchy climber. Lawrence Pithy, another rider for the classic squad and potential workhorse. Ethan Hayter, our own rider, in real life has gone to Quick-Step. In the game, would rather keep him. Matej Michels is a very good, well-rounded sprinter / cobble classics rider. And then Corbin Strong, a rider that we're thinking could potentially replace Luke Rowe. I don't think, looking on the right, that there's anybody we really want to add. Just quickly scouting through. I see Chris Harper, Albert Engel, could be interesting, but he's getting a little bit on in age. Valentin Perret-Pontcharrat could be interesting, got a very good mountain climb on him. You know what? We'll add him to the list and confirm dossiers. That will do for now. Obviously, it isn't ready for negotiations just yet, but our squad on the left is who's going to be in 2025, so we can have a little look through who will be there. But Magnus, a rider that's very important for us now that he's a Grand Tour winner, we want to continue developing him. The finance situation, well, we won the Giro, so we've had a massive cash influx, 955,000 euros in the bank. Unfortunately, Laurens de Plos will not be at the tour due to his big accident in the Giro. He also won't be featuring in the Critérium du Dauphiné. Interesting, for Ben Swift, sorry. Viviani's fully recovered, which is great. The Dogma has an update. Let's take a look at that. Swinging through here, we still need to keep testing it at the moment. That is the update. All right, excellent. Quickly ticking these off. Tour of Norway, we won 7,000 euro with that third place with Pidcock. 354,000 euro in the kitty from the win at the Giro. The training for Mr. Bernal, apparently traditional is not his style. So let's swing across and take a quick look. He apparently prefers modern. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll switch you on to modern. All right, back to this. Apparently, training for Oscar Rodriguez also isn't suitable. Now, Oscar Rodriguez isn't as good as Carlos, but we still would rather him being looked after, and he suits traditional as well. So, modern as well. So we'll switch him across. And that's about it. Okay, we'll keep jumping forward. All right, and the Dauphiné, which is always known as the mini Tour de France, the tune-up ahead of the big dance in France, which means we have to have a bit of a think who is going to France. And one of the obvious you can see down here, well, the big obvious thing is majority of the riders are heading across, except for Carlos Rodriguez will be going to Swiss instead. And Josh Tarling will back up from his massive Giro. Egan Bernal is off to the Swiss Tour, but he probably will be at Tour of Austria instead of the Tour. And Ben Turner may be doing the double this year. Okay, let's jump in and confirm that team. So in terms of our big mountain climbers, Carlos Rodriguez, as we said, he's going to go to Switzerland. G has some form out of the Giro. Disappointing this didn't come a little bit sooner, but he will take part in the Dauphiné along with Taron Arensman taking part. Tom Pidcock as well here, Tobias Foss. I don't need to make any changes from that. I think Jürgen Bernal will save him for the Tour of Switzerland. Ethan Hayes is going to be here, Filippo Ganna and Connor Swift. Now, the first stage is a flat one, so we will quick sim this. I'm happy for Ganna to be a sprinter on this stage, so we'll just switch him over to green, and everyone else except for maybe Pidcock can work for G. All right, let's hit quick sim. And it's Jonathan Milan, the big Italian on Lidl Trek, taking out the opening stage and the first yellow jersey. Scrolling down the list, no time lost for any Ineos riders there. Perfect opening stage, that one. And here we go. Stage 2, we'll be racing this one. It looks like a pretty spicy one, finishing up a Cat 2 into a Cat 3, which still continues to rise to the finish in the Col de la Roche. All right, let's get down to Ganat and the start line and see how the boys are feeling ahead of the day stage. All right, let's get our riders up the front. G is already up here, Connor Swift in the wheels as well. We're going to do something that we haven't done in any of our episodes of the Ineos Grenadiers, well, except for the last race. So we've done it in 2 races. I got a comment from one of my subscribers that I don't ever send riders into the breakaway, and he wanted to know why. Well, want to know why? I was saving it up to win the Giro d'Italia with one. Anyway, we're going to send Connor Swift up the road at the moment, although it looks like the peloton aren't terribly stoked with that. We'll switch up to Connor Swift. It is Bayer as well in the move. We'll move Connor Swift up to an 81 effort so he doesn't get dropped. Garn is filtering through to the front now, so we'll switch him on to maintain. And we will jump forward whilst things settle down. Right, back up the road, and Connor Swift faces a bit of a choice. Does he go for some mountain points? And I think he does. The Ineos crew back behind are tucked in nicely. Tobias Foss looking after G. I just see they're flashing a bit of red, so we'll just move them up to 63. All right, back up front, the race is on for this KOM. We are interested in it. We'll move ourselves to the front. Might flick effort cursor on now. We're only a K. There it is from the summit, and it is some attacks. We're going to grab a wheel. We'll just wait. No, not enough in the legs for Connor Swift, unfortunately. All right, we'll push on. We'll grab their wheels. We might sit on for a minute and actually get a bit of energy back down this descent. Well, it's not really a descent. It's some false flat. But yeah, Connor Swift not good enough to outsprint Bayer and 𝐾𝐨𝐼𝐬 on that first one. But we'll jump forward to the next Cat 2 climb. All right, here we are on the Category 2 climb. We're going to have to attack just to stay in contention, but maybe not enough again from Connor Swift. Yeah, he just doesn't seem to have the same kick, or is it the resistance or something as the rest of this breakaway, and they're currently actually riding away from him. Might have to grab drink bottles with him. All right, we're down to the next descent. Let's just leave it on 87 effort for now. Hopefully he can catch the wheels of these ahead. And he does so. Okay, great. We'll put him on maintain at the moment. I'm not really interested in working with these breakaway riders, because they seem to be actually dominating, although I'm probably not giving them enough time of day. We'll move everyone on to 85 effort, as some of our riders are at risk of getting dropped. It's very much so splitting this group at the moment, the amount of effort going into the legs. But for now, we will jump ahead to the next Category 2 climb. Right, Connor Swift goes on a last-ditch attack to try and get the most aggressive rider, but yeah, it's kind of all for naught. He's about to get caught, which means focus now goes back to the peloton. If you want to know why I don't go in breakaways, that's why. It doesn't work out, does it? Anyway, Connor Swift does a nice job. He will now form the start of our train. It's going to be Garner grabbing his wheel first and foremost. After that, just having a look through, I think it's going to be Ethan Hayter. And then 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 potentially, maybe Pidcock even. Yeah, I think we'll go Pidcock. And then 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, then Tobias Foss, who's on a fantastic day, followed by G. We'll switch Connor Swift onto effort 86, just to ride us through to the front. It's Milan doing a big old pull for Liddell Trek currently. We're going to jump forward a little bit up this climb yet. All right, and here we go. Garner now launches on the front. We've still got 18k to go. The Red Bull Bora crew are ripping and tearing for their man Roglic, and Garner has come through to the front for our guys. So it is a horsepower firewall at the moment, is what we're calling it. Pidcock looks really strong. He's actually a chance to win this stage, I think, although he's riding pretty high in our train. We can probably drop the effort with Garner for a minute just to make sure we have enough firepower for this final climb. And here we go. We'll go back up the firepower again with Garner. Use him all up. It's time for Hayter to hit the front. We're going to have to move Garner out of the way. Great job. All right, sit up. And now it's Hayter's turn to hit the front. Pidcock's in the wheels still, looking really bloody nice. Across the top of that Cat 3 climb, still 7k to go. Ethan Hayter's now spent, so it's Pidcock's turn to hit the front for the rest of the crew. I would say he's probably feeling a bit better than 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, so maybe it should have been 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 instead, but that's fine. All right, Pidcock's through the front. There's 5k to go. Pidcock's got a lot in the legs still. He can take it, I think, to even 3.5, maybe even 3k yet. Excellent job there by Pidcock. He's a team player in the game, at least, because he got to control him. A bit of shade against Pidcock, but anyway. We've got Garner and G and Foss next to come, and 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 is going really deep on this climb. All right, it's next with Tobias Foss. 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 can keep holding on. Let's launch sprint now with Tobias Foss and then sprint over the top with G. I think it's going to be too good for Roglic. No, way too good for G. Where was this form in the Giro, man? But he does it. He takes the win over 𝐸𝐬. Tobias Foss holds on for a top 3, shutting out Roglic, and Ben Tullet rounds out the top 5. What a great team play from the Ineos Grenadiers. All right, and there it is, a win for G. Won 𝐸𝐬 second, Tobias Foss in third place. So it is a nice early yellow jersey for him in the Dauphiné. Love to see it. Walter Calzoni takes the best climber. Garner actually is in third place, despite the fact we had Connor Swift in the breakaway. And he's not even the second placed Ineos rider. That would be Ethan Hayter. That's because those Cat 2 and Cat 3 climbs at the end. Milan still leads the points class. Young riders with Juan 𝐸𝐬 and Visma lead Ineos in the team class. All right, lovely stage that one, a 1-3 in the end. I love to see it. Apparently G is entering a fitness peak. Yeah, really timed him well for the Giro, didn't we? I just completely overlooked that one. All right, another hilly stage in the Dauphiné. Let's get right into it. We're finishing up the Les Estabals climb, starting in the Celles-sur-Doual village, we'll call it. Okay, down to the start line we go. Alrighty, G looking very resplendent in a yellow jersey. Don't forget, he has won one of those in his career. Connor Swift. Yep, we're going to go on the breakaway again with Mr. Connor Swift. We'll sit up with 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 here. Pidcock looking good as ever. quite a few riders are interested apparently going with Connor Swift. Tobias Foss looking really, really strong again. We'll have to move up the front with Connor Swift. We'll move him on to effort 78 for a minute. Oh, maybe into the 80s even. I don't know that they're going to let Connor Swift go by the looks of this. There's a lot of riders trying to get off the front. Here is Garner coming through. I might put Garner on protect G duties. And Ethan Hayter as well, making his way to the front. The British road champion he is. I don't know that Ineos do good kits for their national champions because it's just a bit dull, isn't it? Anyway, that's fine. We'll sit up with Ethan Hayter, and up ahead, it's all about Connor Swift. He's in a break with 𝐀𝐨𝐮𝐢𝐬 again, and 𝐶𝐿𝐷EM this time has joined them. We'll move him back to around a 73 effort, and we'll jump forward to the first 𝐶𝐿𝐬 day of the climb and see how he goes. Alrighty, we're about to hit this category 2 climb with Mr. Swift in the breakaway. We're going to just move our guys back in the peloton to 74 effort so we can really focus on Connor Swift on this climb. He is a better climber than 𝐀𝐿𝐬. So in fairness, we should be able to take out some points on this one. We might attack. We'll see how that goes. We'll sit back down. That didn't go well. Looks like he's hitting pretty high against these guys. We might attack again. We'll sit back down again. And then we might attack it again. And then we'll sit back down again. It's not a good tactic, that. It didn't work out for us. Damn. Anyway, across the top, there's some riders trying to push the pace by the looks of it. But yeah, Connor Swift is going to make his way across to him. Excellent. No real issues. We'll drop the effort down into the low 60s. And back to our crew. No real difficulties over the top of this climb. All right, we'll jump forward to that category 4 climb. I don't think much action will happen in between. All right, we're on this category 1 climb. We didn't manage to get much out of that last climb. We're going to have to attack again with Connor Swift here just to make sure he doesn't get dropped. He just lacks punch, it seems, against other riders. I don't know what goes on there. But anyway, you can see it's actually 10 minutes to gap, though. It's an absolutely ridiculous gap. So, hey, this time it worked really well that we went in the breakaway. I'm glad we did. We don't have to worry about it too much. Connor Swift is actually one of the better placed riders on GC, but it is the man from Bahrain victorious, only 7 minutes 30 back on GC. Quinn Simmons is actually attacking off the front at the moment. That's to put their man 𝐶𝐿𝐬 into a very dangerous position. We might have to react to that back here, but seems like other teams are actually doing our job for us, so we'll let them do their job. Well, our job for us, really. And we'll keep marching forward for now because it looks like 𝐶𝐿𝐬 has already been caught. We've got another attack from Quinn Simmons here. That's forced another massive reaction out of the peloton. Last time it almost cost us. He keeps going on the move. So we're hoping this time around nothing too bad goes awry. Connor Swift is almost back to the front of the race as well. He might even attack just to get across. Excellent. Great work there. He's caught the front now and they're about to go back uphill, which is good news for him. Things are a bit more in his advantage when it's that way. Back here, we need to think about who and how we're going to organise ourselves on this final climb. Tobias Foss looking pretty good. He can be the next rider after Arensman. Garner arguably looks as good as Pidcock, but you know what? We'll go Pidcock and Garner. And then Ethan Hayter can be the first man to kick off the action. We'll move on to effort 90 with Hayter, I think, just because he keeps going backwards. Up ahead, there's attacks, so we're going to have to react to that with Connor Swift. We don't want to get on the wrong side of anything here at the moment. Riders still attacking. We're able to potentially save some red bar here with Connor Swift because they're still moving. And looks like Amador, Bayer, and Lengolotti are the stronger riders. 𝐀𝐿𝐬, Gradok seem to be going backwards. We're only 1K from the top. Time to take the energy gel and move it up a bit with Connor Swift. They've obviously all just wasted their yellow bar. Back here, we need to take gel with Ethan Hayter. He's looking good, but we need to worry about Connor Swift at the minute. He's riding himself into a potential winning position. We're going to launch sprint, but is it going to be too much? Is Lengolotti going to get it? He is. Unfortunately, Amador gets second and Connor Swift manages third place. Ethan Hayter's done his spell on the front. It's now time to move to the front with top Ghana. Ethan Hayter sits up for us. Excellent day of work for him. We'll take the gel with the next riders. Time for Ghana to really launch it, I think. It's only 1K to the finish line there. Excellent job so far. Everybody looking really good, and we can launch the sprint with Pidcock. Next with 𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻, and then finally with G to potentially lead in the bunch kick. Is it going to be Ghana, Pidcock, or Foss? It's going to be Pidcock, actually. Ghana gets second. Tobias Foss gets third, G gets fourth, and 𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻 gets fifth in the bunch kick. So it's a third place and a 1-5 in the bunch kick for the Ineos. Well, the only way this day could have been better was this was Connor Swift on the podium, because we win the bunch kick easily and Connor Swift only misses out on a stage win. But nice job all around to the team once again. You can see some separation now. Christophe Laporte at 21 seconds back. Ben Tullet, Primoz Roglic in contention currently with G. There is a TT still to come. Walter Calzoni extends his lead in the best climber. Connor Swift did not seem to have the legs at all to contend on that one. Tobias Bayer also gets the points class young rider with 𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻 𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻 still, and Ineos take over the lead in the team class. All right, and stage 4 is the TT. We will get into the action immediately from Saint-Germain-Laval to Nolissy. This is one of those stages that, well, boy, do we have a few favorites. I think Ghana is definitely in good shape to win this one. G's looking really good to extend a lead on a GC, and you never know with a man like 𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻 on your team how good he can go on a TT. All right, here is the TT start ramp. We've got 105 riders until we see Connor Swift kicking off his TT. So we'll jump ahead till he's on the start ramp. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a error in the recording. The save file kind of just got a bit corrupted on us. But anyway, we did rather well on the stage. You can see here, so we'll quickly run you through the results. It was a bit of cat and mouse tactics. Ghana went with a tactic, and because he is such a dominant TTer, of basically just going all out the whole way through the stage. G and 𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻 did negative splits, so did Foss as well. So it was a 1-2-3 for the... It was a 1-2-3 for the Ineos team. And it was even a 5th place for Tobias Foss. Pidcock in 12th, Ethan Hayter in 16th. The fact that our worst placed rider was Connor Swift in 57 just shows how good we were in this TT. On GC, things are looking really nice. G taking the lead even further. It is 54 seconds back to the next non-Ineos rider. 𝐶𝐵𝐼𝐻 in 5th as well will definitely be a contender. Maybe even 𝐶𝐨𝐻𝐼𝐻 as well, the young Dane. Jonas is floating about, and 𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻 so holding on to a top 10 there with the old cat Alaphilippe still in the mix. Wow, what a stage this has been. Absolutely taking control over the Dauphiné and winning the Giro on the final stage around the streets of Rome in front of the Colosseum. I don't think there's been a more iconic Giro to date. All right, guys, I think this episode is certainly worth a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you don't know, we're trying to hit 500 subscribers before end of the year. That's been it for this episode, guys. Join us next time when we finish off the Dauphiné and kickstart the Tour de Suisse. Peace out.